Hey guys, March in Blue and Gold here, doing a kind of a silly little video. I know I haven't uploaded any videos very recently, so at one point in time I had like 125 subscribers. They're all probably gone right now. We're going to do a little video. We are replacing the power steering fluid on a Lexus SC400. This process will also work on the SC300s and the LS300s and the LS400s. And it'll work for 92s through 2000s. It's a very simple process, and we're gonna get it done today. So right here I have my new to me SC400 jacked up. This car had cut springs when I bought it, so it was a nightmare to get a jack under it. I had to drive it up on this high spot. So that's probably not safe, but whatever. So first of all, I'm gonna show you what it's gonna sound like if you need to replace your power steering fluid, or worst case scenario, you need to replace your power steering pump. Alright guys, I'm going to start the car and let you hear what it's going to sound like. It's going to be whiny. You can kind of hear it in the background. That slight whiny drone, that's no good. We don't want that. It's very embarrassing to roll up to your car friends and have that going. So step one is to get your car jacked up and get it under some jack stands. Don't trust just your jack. That's not safe. It's not worth losing your life. I've got some jack stands under there. We've got the back wheels chalked, and I've got those jack stands chalked with some old rotors. Basically just want to get the car high enough that you can rotate your wheel with ease. So let's come up top. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out some towels and some paper towels right next to this power steering reservoir. This cap was just on it right there, and as you can see, power steering. And you're going to want to suck all the nasty old power steering fluid out of that. The easiest way to do it is with a turkey baster and assorted lengths of clear plastic tubing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get something to dump my old fluids into. I'm just going to use this old nasty jug. Put it on a towel right there. Stick this about as far as I can. It won't go super far, but we're already going to get a lot out. Oh yeah, it's definitely this old fluid that's causing it to whine, because as you can see, it is dirty. Most Toyotas and Lexuses and Scions, I guess for that matter, they don't use a dedicated power steering fluid. They use automatic transmission fluid because it's hydraulic fluid. I've set up a little barrier of towels and paper towels around the reservoir where I'm sucking the old nasty fluid out, because I just don't want to drop this stuff all over my car or over my, my garage floor. I think in 98 and older models, your reservoir is over in this area over here, and it'll be right over your alternator. I highly recommend covering your alternator with the plastic bag just to avoid any possible complications that could create. So basically I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes using this turkey baster to suck out the rest of the fluid that I can. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot left in there. That could also be a problem. It could have been a mixture of bad fluid and very little bad fluid. So guys, I'm going to spend the next couple minutes using this turkey baster to get out all that I can. Alright, so now that we've sucked all the bad fluid that we could out of the reservoir, we're going to come over to this hose right here. And this is the return line. So the bottom line, as you can see down there, is the exit line. And when your car sucks fluid out, goes through the rack and pinion, comes back out, ends up in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to unhook this, and we're going to attach some 1/4 inch inside diameter, or 1/2 inch inside diameter plastic tubing to it, and we're going to run this over into our bottle so that when we get inside of the car and turn the steering wheel back and forth, it's going to pump out all that old fluid into the nasty bottle. One important thing to remember is once we start doing that, we're always going to want to keep this reservoir topped off with brand new automatic transmission fluid. You don't want to run your pump dry, because this is what lubricates it. And much like if you have a car that's out of gasoline and you just keep turning it over and over and over and over, and it won't start, you're going to burn out that pump. And we don't want to do that, because this fix right here costs, I don't know, $15 if you're buying everything, whereas a brand new power steering pump is going to run you, I think, like $150 for a used one. Now, one of the main reasons that we sucked all the bad fluid out of the reservoir that we could is because once we take this pipe off right here, or this tube off, it would all sport out the side, and we still might have a little bit of dribble. So make sure you've got some towels laid down and you don't drip it everywhere. It's brake fluid will destroy paint. It will eat through it like crazy. So what I do, even though I think we're going to be good, I get a small little cap. This is off of a silicone bottle, but you can pretty much plug that little hole with anything. And I'm going to wrap a nice piece of old purple duct tape around it, and we'll keep it in there. Same with the pipe, guys. If you don't have 1/2-inch pipe that will mate up very well with this hose, that's fine. You can just like stick it on there and duct tape it together. It'll all work out in the end. Never really took YouTube very seriously. I've always just made videos just for fun, but I really should invest in a tripod because I'm trying to film on my my phone one-handed, and it's not very easy. Guys, I've just got a nice pair of 90-degree angle needle nose pliers to grab this little clamp off. On my first Lexus, I don't think it had a clamp like that one. I think it just had a tiny little band clamp on it. I could be wrong though. It's been a while. This is the third time I've done this on a Lexus vehicle. So, all right, I've got that clamp off, and I'm just gonna pull this hose off. I'm gonna turn off my camera because I want to do this two-handed. So yeah, be right back. All right, guys. So we popped this hose off the side, and even though I drained this as much as I could, as soon as I took it off, it started douching out everywhere. So make sure you have some paper towels or a towel under, some kitty litter or whatnot. So I pulled this pipe off, and I shoved this clear plastic tubing in it as much as I can. This hose is different than my old one, so I'm sorry guys, but 1/2 inch is too big and 3/16 is too small. Honestly, no matter really what pipe size you have, as long as it's in there, you can make it work. You just have to like tape it up or seal it up or heat shrink it or something like that. But yeah, so very simple. This is in there. Now, whenever we will turn the steering wheel back and forth, this is going to pump it through this hose into our little catch bottle down here. Nasty stuff. So we're gonna prop this up so it doesn't spill over, because the last time I did this, I made a giant mess, and it was not fun to clean up. But yeah, so we're going to run this hose into this nice little bottle right here. And I'm gonna rig this up and tape it up so I know it won't spill over, just so I avoid making a giant mess again. Alright, so I've gone ahead and rigged up this bottle. I've got it taped all around the mouth. It's definitely not watertight, but if this bottle does fall over, it should hold it a little bit. I've also ran some pieces of duct tape to the body to kind of anchor it in, because that's what happened last time I was doing this. It filled up with so much fluid that it tipped over. I wouldn't do this if this had a good paint job, but it's really not. If this was my old Lexus, I would have, you know, plastic everywhere, and there'd be no chance that power steering fluid would get on everything. But this is a pretty beat up 92 SC400 with a lot of water in the headlights. So I'm really not too worried about this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top off the power steering fluid reservoir, because like I said, we don't want to run it dry. And then I'm going to start turning the wheel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have topped off the power steering reservoir with automatic transmission fluid. That's Dex Merc 3 for all that you are wondering. We're inside the nasty Lexus right now. You can tell what type of person the old owner was, seeing by everything being plasti dipped and a giant mint decal. And he destroyed the door panel to get that little tweeter in there. But so we've got it topped off with power steering fluid. Do not use a whole lot. I'm talking like maybe a 1/4 cup at a time. You don't want it to overflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the car and then turn it off immediately. We're going to suck down the new power steering fluid and squirt out the old stuff, and it's going to happen quick. So turn it on and turn it off. Now, I wish I wasn't such a baddie, and I wish I would have recorded it, because you totally could wash the old nasty power steering fluid, shoot out this hose. Ooh, I just scraped the crap out of my car with this plier. And as you can see, just like that, solid maybe 1/2 cup of old nasty power steering fluid, and then the reservoir was sucked dry. It looked like some sported out, so I may go ahead and lay some more paper towels down. As you can see, we're topped off on brand new power steering fluid, so we're gonna go back into the nasty Lexus. Nasty car. It's a shame that These amazing pieces of machinery were so beat up and misused. It's really hard to find them in good condition these days. So I'm gonna try to focus my camera. I doubt it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to focus it on this Hawaiian punch bottle, and when I turn it over, you'll see the old nasty fluid run out of it. There it goes. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna turn the wheel back and forth. Look at that brand new fluid run through it too. Awesome. That's what we want. All right, we'll turn it off now. Awesome. Look at all that nasty fluid we've got in there. So what I'm picking up from just working on it a little bit is this pump did not have nearly enough power steering fluid in it. And when I bought it, when I brought up the massive Whine, he mentioned, oh no, it's got power steering pump fluid in it. I put some in it. So it kind of scares me because it makes me wonder if there's a blockage or something wrong with the rack and pinion itself. Hopefully not, because that's a lot more than what I want to do with this car. But yeah, so you can kind of tell it's super dirty. I've got another, this was from my very first Lexus. That was my power steering fluid. And that looks like a big nasty jug of like coffee. Gross, 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 gross. So all I'm gonna keep doing, guys, is I'm gonna be refilling that reservoir, turning the car on for a little bit, moving the steering wheel back and forth, keep refilling this, and soak, rinse, repeat, or yeah, wash, rinse, repeat. Embarrassing. And until all we get is brand new red power steering fluid. It's that simple, guys. So I have done that process about 3 or 4 times now, and whenever I dump out the old power steering fluid, it comes out cherry red, so we know we're clean. So now what we're gonna have to do is basically unattach all this stuff we've got, clean up, put more power steering fluid in it, turn it back and forth, and then top it off. You don't want to do too little, obviously, and you don't want to do too much. With most fluids, transmission, engine oil, you know, transfer case, all that good stuff, overfilling can be just as bad as underfilling. So now that we've got all of our tubing connected back how it should be, I'm just gonna use my my nasty little towel here to cover up the rest of this area, because now we have just got to put brand new pump or transmission fluid into the pump and don't want to get it everywhere. And yeah, so that's basically gonna be it, guys. All we're gonna do is replace that power steering fluid, make sure it's going through the vehicle, there's enough in it, and then I'll do an after video to show you what the car sounds like so you don't hear that whine anymore. Guys, so moment of truth. We got everything out from under the car. We're back on our own 4 wheels. We're gonna start the car and see if it starts whining. Am I gonna be upset if it does? Not really, because I knew what I was getting into when I took this car on a trade. But it'd be great if that just fixed our whine. So let's see. Oh no. Yeah, it still whines. But it's getting quieter, so maybe I just need to drive it around a little bit. We'll see. Well, guys, although we did not completely get rid of the whine, as you can hear, still whiny. But on the bright side, it's a lot quieter and it doesn't whine at idle. So you win some, you lose some. We'll investigate more into it. Maybe it is still an easy fix. Maybe I won't have to replace the pump. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I might make more videos of me working on this Lexus. I love Lexus. This is my 3rd one. They're awesome cars, especially the SC400s. I love the big Japanese V8. All right, guys, marching blue and gold, out.